Okay, continuing our adventure, we have left the lone cypress out on the coast, and a beautiful tree that is. And now we've come into the town of Monterey. That's the historic old town right over there. And technically right now we are in part of Monterey State Historic Park. We have come here in search of our second historic Monterey tree. And here to tell us about it, introduce yourself to everybody, Dave.
Hi, Hill. I'm Dave Chattel. I'm with California State Parks.
All right, now you know why we're here, and the first question is, we've already been to the lone cypress. Now we're here for this second, more obscure tree. Where is the tree? Is this it right here?
I wish I could say yes, but no, I can't. The tree is not here, Hill. The tree used to be here, pretty close to where this stone marker is at, this Celtic cross. The tree is not here, unfortunately, though.
All right, now, we were just playing with everybody because I knew this wasn't the tree ahead of time. But let's talk about what tree was here, because actually it had a couple of names, didn't it?
It did. This has been called one of the most historic trees in the United States. It's been called the Vizcaíno oak tree, the Junipero oak tree, and the Serra oak tree.
All right, let's go all the way back and start with the first name. Let's start from the beginning.
Well, in 1602, December, Sebastian Vizcaíno, he's with the Spanish soldier, he came here in Monterey, and a very important event discovering this area, and it's really recorded as the first Spanish European discovery at that time.
Of California, first landing on mainland California.
That's correct.
All right, now what happened with this tree when he landed here?
Well, it was very important to conduct a mass. So Father Antonio de la Ascensión and Sebastian Vizcaíno, they conduct a mass along with all the soldiers under this very famous oak tree, and that's why it was called the Vizcaíno oak tree.
And that oak tree, to the best of our knowledge, was located right here. And how do we know it was right in this area?
Well, we know it from historic accounts, and there are many historic accounts that say where it was at. It is difficult today, though, to figure out exactly, because there's been so much that has happened to this area in terms of changes.
But we think it was right in here.
As close as I can get.
All right, now that was 1602.
Correct.
Now we flash forward to the second name this oak tree had.
And that's the Serra oak tree, or the Junipero oak tree. Same person, Father Junipero Serra, in 1770, finds where this oak tree is at. And it was difficult finding it, but he did. And once he found it, he also knew that this was an historic tree, wanted to conduct a mass, and this oak tree then became part of that history.
So Father Serra conducted his own mass here 170 years later. That oak had been here all that time.
All that time, and it was important to know the history of it and to continue the legacy. I think that was part of it.
So Father Serra actually had, Father Serra, of course, who established so many of the missions up and down California, he really had a sense of history and understood the importance of having another mass under this tree.
Very much, and I think he had all the parts of it that was described as the part of the ceremony, hanging bells from the tree. The tree itself was close enough that they said that the branches actually dipped into the Pacific Ocean, and that also is part of an historic account that we can try and figure out where it was at. A little more difficult again today.
Yeah, because the ocean has moved out about 100 yards from here now. This new road's been put in, so the terrain has changed, but the tree was right here. Was it a famous tree back then? Did people understand in the 1700s and the 1800s how significant this oak tree was? Was it a tourist attraction or something close to it?
Well, I would imagine at that time it was quite famous. It was revered so much that the acorns from the oak tree were gathered by the Native Americans and planted in various places, and some trees to